Tomorrow, of course, Memorial Day. Then Tuesday, I-75 will be even busier than usual with the annual trek to Mackinac Island for the Detroit Regional Chamber's Policy Conference. Let's talk about it with the head of the chamber. Back with us again, Sandy Barua. In fact, you need to be leaving here right about now to get yourself up to the island. Yes. I want to start with one of the themes this year, which I think is a really noble one, is the idea of being civil, civility in our discourse and in politics. And yet, some of the issues, abortion earlier, issues about the current president, they really seem to break us down when it comes to being civil with each other.
You know, after spending a lifetime in politics in Washington, D.C., I have seen the environment in that town change to the point where things got done because people were able to agree, disagree, but, not be disagreeable about it,
right,
to where it is today where people don't barely even talk to each other. And civility is actually a key to our democracy, because America is not just a bunch of rules. America is an ethos, it's an idea, and it's about a soul. And if the soul of our nation isn't able to talk to the other souls in our nation, because we're 335 million people in this country, all with 335 million different opinions. And we have to find a way to disagree without being disagreeable. It's critical to our society.
We actually have a decent example taking us up to the island to talk about, because on Friday last week, this agreement that was struck on car insurance rates actually was people talking to each other and seeing bipartisan effort to come together, including the governor. I guess that's hopeful.
Bipartisanship is alive and well in Michigan. I couldn't be more thrilled. I wish I could take credit for it. I wish it happened on the island, right? That would just be so
You didn't arrange
right?
that.
No, I didn't. The governor's not working with my marketing team well enough. No, actually, we're going to celebrate that up on the island. But it is, Democrats and Republicans talking, working together, crafting a compromise. Is everyone going to be happy with this? No. But are a majority of the people going to be happy about it? Yes. And does it move the ball significantly forward? Absolutely. We're thrilled to support it.
Another topic that will no doubt be discussed a lot, and this takes me back to the first segment, talking with the mayor. I know you're tickled with, try to put into perspective for me how big this Chrysler development is in the city of Detroit.
The FCA deal in Detroit is bigger than the Amazon deal would have been had we got the Amazon deal. When you look at the spin-off jobs, they're going to come from that FCA
suppliers,
plant. Suppliers, the supply chain, the suppliers to the supply chain. It is absolutely huge. And also, when you look at the types of people who are going to be getting these jobs, these are people with, good skills that Detroit and this region has a lot of, but they're not the, software engineers and stuff like that. So when you look at the audience that we really need to be paying attention to in this region in terms of getting them good, solid family wage job opportunities, it's deals like the FCA deal that's going to make that happen.
Wow. It's not all good, what we have to discuss up there. We've still got a lot of problems of trying to figure out what's wrong with education in the state of Michigan, but also what we're going to do about the roads that we're all going to feel as we drive up there.
And that's the great thing about the conference, since most people drive up to the conference, people's antenna is up to the condition of the roads. And listen, big things have gotten done at that conference. The final deal for the Gordie Howe International Trade Crossing, done at the conference. The grand bargain for Detroit's trip through bankruptcy, final deal done at the conference. I'm really hoping
move of General Motors into the Ren Center.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that roads is an area, because we have all the legislators coming this year. I really want to thank the Republican leadership of the legislature. They are making room in the schedule for all the legislators to be up on the island. The governor is going to use every inch of that real estate in that hotel and every minute on the schedule to do her work. So I'm really thrilled that we might have something. We might move the ball down further on the roads.
You've got a lot of another great lineup of speakers. Who in particular are you curious to hear? We only got about 30 seconds left. And I hate for you to just pick out one or two.
So I think the most highly anticipated speaker is Stacey Abrams, and thank you for agreeing to moderate her. There's so much interest around her. Jeb Bush and John Kasich, Michael Porter and Catherine Gale on the civility in politics and how that matters is going to be huge. It's going to be the media session that we're going to have.
It's going to be fascinating as always. And in fact, Flashpoint next week will be coming to you from the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. Have a safe trip, and we'll see you a lot this coming week.
Thanks for being there.
Thanks for being here. You bet. Thank you so much for being here as well. Meet the Press is coming up next. Have a very special Memorial Day, and then have a great week. And we'll see you next week from Mackinac Island for Flashpoint.